Can anyone hear me first of all? Everyone?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, third presentation from me, so most of you probably know who I am, most of you probably see it on my Facebook. For those who don't know, Michael Jackman, I'm going to be going for president for next year. Since coming back from Christmas, I think we've got a good dynamic going, like pulling it back from the sort of mishap where we lost rooms and that. And I sort of feel like it's my sort of obligation to run for it and try and make it better next year, like all of you guys, because when you all sort of, we hold like the talks amongst members, there's sort of talks of vote no confidence, and I sort of took that personally because I thought it was my fault, being sort of what was in charge of that collapse in LGS, so I want to sort of give back to all you guys because you come here to have fun. Yeah, a little about me. I don't want to go full on Blackgate speech or anything, but I like to think, some people won't agree with this, I like to think I'm dedicated, that I'll put in an effort for all of you and try and do the best to make meetings fun, like socials and that. And I'm passionate that I want to get the most out of members, make them all happy at the end of the day. Understanding that I want to sort of provide for people who like different things, because we don't all have the same taste exactly, and that's what I want to sort of provide for everyone. Obviously, I've been sort of given the role of temporary president this year, so I do have the step up in that. I know what to do, and the drive in that. If the SU and the university room looking at groups like that sort of try and screw us over, I'm going to try and sort that out as soon as possible, not have something happen again like this year where the rooms were taken away from it. A couple of things I want to bring in to next year is I want to make more variety. Obviously, partially blamed to me is that they're not fighting games. A lot of people do enjoy card games, I've noticed this year, and PC gaming sort of had a big improvement in previous years. I want to sort of put more of the light on those, and the next year sort of have more nights based on that, so those are the themes. A lot of the alumni sort of faded out this year, I think, and that's a bit of an issue because they were like past for the society. I want to sort of make them feel engaged to come back in for sessions, because we don't see a lot of their faces anymore. At the end of the day, they are sort of equal to members who are still here. I'm going to try and bring in weekly meetings where we have an agenda every week, as sort of like Jams does, and try and get the information out to you, not just like keep it amongst ourselves, which sort of communication is a bit of an issue this year, which is why a lot of people got sort of concerned and wanted to sort of pull their membership out. So having weekly meetings and an agenda, getting out to you in some form like a newsletter, I think that would help a lot. More collabs with sister societies, get stuff like that going, like jams, debating societies, and similar sorts of societies, because I think that's a way to get interest in different groups and societies and just have fun generally. More socials. We've not had many this year. There's only sort of like the smaller low-key ones, even though they have been quite successful, like the Boom Street one this year, that was really good. I'd like to have more sort of like wider range ones, like different locales and sort of expos along the lines of that. Going back to like meetings, just get a newsletter out there, sort of be on the part of the media and comms position. More charity events. We're going to be doing the 24-hour thing coming up pretty soon, and I want to push more throughout the year, because we only tend to do one yearly, and I think if we did more, a lot of people get interested in trying to look into like the local charities around Lincoln. I also want to bring back achievements and challenges, which seem to sort of fizzle out this year. I thought that they're one of my favourite aspects of LGS last year, and they've sort of gone because there was a bit of a mess up sort of over summer and getting them sorted, but I think if we bring them back, it'll be sort of something that will bring a lot more people in. And simply put, just have more things to do for everyone. Because like last year and sort of early this year, we had some good occasions, like there was the zombie night, which I sort of tried to throw together a bit haphazardly, but it seemed to go pretty well, I think. So like the platform event, have more things at the platform, as I said, go to different places, like the Stigma Social last year. Things that are already there I want to improve on is, I like how the Pokemon League's gone this year. I've been sort of a supporter of that, and also the LOL team. I'd like to bring that in for more different games, like fighting games or FPSs, sort of like that boot camp sort of thing we were discussing earlier on, but never actually brought in this year. As I said earlier, more focus on card games, because they seem to be really popular this year, and I do like that aspect of LGS, because I'm trying to get back into card games myself, as some people I know. I said more for sister societies. Yeah, that's a big issue this year, communication involvement. We haven't really spoken to you about stuff as a council. So you're not giving us feedback, we're not giving you input, and we think you need a chance to do that more. I do personally anyway, because then we know where we're going wrong, what we're doing right, what we want to see more of, stuff like that. So I want to bring in more sort of Q&A sessions as we had in the atrium before Christmas. I think that went really well. A lot of people seem to approve of that. We just had the Open Council meeting last week. I think if we have more of those throughout the year, then it's a better way to get like more feedback, more input, and then at the end of the day, more fun quality. Yeah. So I would appreciate if you'll vote for me, because I feel like it's my duty to sort of improve LGS next year, because I feel partially to blame for it sort of messing up this year, and I'd love to just make it more of a fun experience for all of you. If there's any questions?
Any questions about the presentation itself?
You mentioned something about a 24-hour session.
Yes.
Any idea when that's going to be held? If it's
That will be held in March, sort of mid-March, sort of the second or third week.
around like COVID news thing?
Yeah.
You mentioned communication, and one of the things I realised is that we don't see much of the background of the council, and I know for a fact that you guys do put in quite a lot of effort for the things you do. How do you think you'll improve on that so that people see how much effort you put in?
I think if we let people come to more of the open meetings, they'll see what we're discussing, and obviously you can throw input in there, and we can sort of adapt to what you say on our decisions, and just make it better for you members personally. And then obviously if we tell you what we've said through the newsletter, then you know what we've decided on for the definite. And if we're doing it weekly, it won't sort of fizzle out, and no, you'll be kept up to speed basically.
Is that everything? Okay.
Cheers, guys.